Welcome to Muffin Talk.
Kia ora and welcome to Muffin Talk. This program is brought to you by the initiative Titipounamu, Study and Joy. My guest today is Zacharia Miller. Hi to my radio program, Zach.
How am I?
Zacharia Miller is a New Zealander who's been traveling through Nepal and India, where he immersed into meditation and spirituality. Zach, how did you first get interested in meditation?
It initially started as like a tool for self-improvement. I thought I had like ADHD, and I was looking at ways I could fix it on my own without like taking medication. And one of the ways I found was meditation. It was a major tool. So that's how I initially started on it.
Some people said that to me that the practice of meditation has helped them finding something they'd been looking for. So you were looking for a cure in a way. But can you tell me a little bit more about how you've been looking for it and how you found it actually?
How I found it was I just started practicing. Like as I started practicing more and more meditation, it like my destination shifted from just trying to improve my mental state to trying to improve the way I carry myself through the entirety of life, versus like trying to fix one specific problem with my mind or brain. So that's how it shifted. And with regards to the way I live my life, that was like what I was missing. So it like helped me find that and repurpose the way I move through life.
So you didn't concentrate on the symptoms, but you looked further deeper.
Yeah, I initially started with the symptoms and then realized the issue was much deeper. And that's how it like my focus shifted from just fixing my attention span and focus into the deeper spiritual existence of life.
And did you have anybody who introduced you to meditation, or did it just come out of your own thought?
It was just through watching like self-improvement videos on YouTube, actually. It started being recommended, and yeah, that was my initial jump into it.
And you started by yourself, or did you meditate in a group?
By myself.
Wow. Do you have a certain mantra or something that you are saying when you meditate?
I've tried a few mantras. Right now I'm actually trying the Maha mantra. It's the one that Hare Krishnas use. But I've tried some other ones as well. The classic being Om and Soham, but there's a few. But initially I started actually with just like pure watching the breath, and I still do that quite a lot.
How long do you meditate?
Every day, yeah. The timing is fluctuating quite a bit right now, so I wouldn't be able to give an exact number.
So you've been meditating in Auckland. You started in Auckland, and then you moved to Nepal, India, and you're back in Auckland at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And yeah, so tell me, how is the difference of meditating in Auckland and Nepal or in India? Is there a difference?
For me, I found there was a difference. It's like in the same way when you meditate in a group versus when you meditate on your own, it seems to have like some effect. At least for me, it has some effect on the quality of my meditation. I find like when you study with someone together, it like lifts you up into being more focused. So for me, that was very pronounced when I went to Nepal and India, and I would meditate in holy places.
So in Nepal and India, you meditated with others together?
Yeah, as well, yeah.
So tell us, how did you make the contact, and how was it? Tell us a little bit more about it.
There's a popular course, I'm sure some of the viewers have heard of it. It's Vipassana. It's a Buddhist meditation. It's like all over the world. There's a center here as well in New Zealand. And when I went to Nepal, that was my biggest like official and formal introduction to meditation, since before I was just doing bits and pieces of different types of meditation that I've heard. And
so then you were together with other people. You didn't understand even the language there, or do you speak Nepalese or any Indian?
No, they had it in English as well.
And do they have like an input or how to do it, or do they just leave it to the people?
They give you like a very specific set of instructions and steps to follow through. Yeah.
And what do you think what was the main difference to meditating by yourself in Auckland?
The main difference I would say is, yeah, just meditating in a group and being in that space for me. Yeah, and having a very set instructions, which means you can, in reality, you can do it anywhere. You don't have to go to Nepal or India.
Hmm.
But if if you need that like shift in environment to like help you start it, it can be useful. That's why retreats are so useful. But you can always do this on your own. You don't have to go anywhere. You have all the tools here.
Yeah. But you said earlier that it was special to be in holy places.
Yeah.
Did that give you a different feeling, or did you know about the history of the place, or was that whole place? So, what was so special on that special place?
It just, in the same way, when I would meditate with others, like say I'm meditating with like 10 people or 100 people, the effect it would have on my focus and my concentration with my meditation would be lifted. And I find like it had the same effect just going to those places because lots of people go there and they pray and they worship there, and it tends to have that same effect. So
And
visiting, there's a reason like people visit holy places and they feel something when they go to them.
yes, and tell me if somebody is interested in doing some meditations, looking also for ways, because you have meditation in many different religious traditions. But what would you recommend to a person who would start with meditation? Because you've been doing it really intensely for years now.
I recommend probably the simplest, which is what I started with, is just watching the breath, because it's, you don't have to feel any particular way this or that with regards to your beliefs or anything. It just like it starts to train your mind and starts to train the way you can sit, and then from there it's a really good jumping off point into whichever direction you want to go with meditation.
So when you say watching your breath, is that do you have to have a certain position? Are you sitting or laying or standing?
I would I would recommend always just sitting straight, but in whatever is comfortable at the moment, like back straight so your lungs aren't compressed by your posture, and then you find a relaxing position and let your body relax, and then bring your attention to the breath and the sensation and how it feels coming in and out.
I think that can be quite a challenge for some people who are very active, and then all the thoughts go to them through their minds, and maybe they are constantly distracted. Does that take some time to get used to just watching and listening to the breath?
Absolutely. If you're jumping straight into it, if you just want to see what it's like, you can do that. But if you really want to like make it easier for you, you can start with like bigger activities, like doing exercise first would be fantastic, or doing yoga, Pilates, anything that uses your body and it's very tactile. It can like get that energy out. And then this is where I'm calling on like the ethos of yoga, where it's very physical in the beginning from the outside and then into more subtler aspects. So then you do breath work, but that's a bit more complicated, not necessary. Just as long as you start is the most important thing.
I think that's a really good recommendation. And thank you so much, Zach. Anything else that you'd like to add just about the meditation and about your positive experience?
All I can think is the number one, like you'll see it everywhere with regards to the best advice for practice is just keeping it consistent.
Yeah.
Other than that, like everything kind of takes care of itself.
Do you think it's good to have it at a certain time of the day, the meditation, to have a rhythm? Is that important?
The more consistent every aspect of it can be, the better. But as long as you do something, like if you didn't do if you missed like doing a full hour or a full 5 minutes, at least do 1 minute. So you never like completely give up. There's always like something, and there's always an aspect of you trying to do it
Mm.
versus you succeeded or failed.
Thank you so much, Zach, and I wish you all the best for your next travels to holy places where you're going to meditate and really think deeper or not think. Do you think when you're meditating?
Depends. There's many different types of meditations.
Okay, I'm wishing you all
Yeah.
the best. Thank you very much for coming to this program.
Thanks for having me.
Out there, heroic peace is calling. In the bonds of love we meet. For the world, a new day dawning and shine.